understand a word you're saying, I'll be honest. Oh, rich people from the record industry. Young dudes together. Goodbye.
Of all of the people that I used to know, most never adjusted to the great big world. I see them lurking in bookstores, working for the public radio, and the babies around, the sack on their back, moving careful and slow. It's money that matters. Hear what I say. It's money that matters. And the USA. All of these people are much brighter than I. In any fair system, they would flourish and thrive, but they barely survive. They eke out a living, they barely survive. When I was a young boy, maybe 13, I took a hard look around me, asked what does it mean? So I talked to my father, he didn't know. I talked to my friend, he didn't know. I talked to my brother, he didn't know. I talked to everybody that I knew. It's money that matters. Now you know that it's true. It's money that matters. Whatever you do. I talked to a man, lived up on the county line. I was washing his car with a friend of mine.
That's what I do. And I go to sleep at night, and whatever problems I have, they're all gone in the morning. I forget all about them. And, I worked on election night last time. They said, Joe, go to bed. Go to bed. When you wake up, you'll be president. And what do you know what happened? Say goodnight for life.
To storm Capitol Hill Patriots.
What?
All right, so the erectionists.
What?
My grandfather would tell me when I walked out the door in North Washington Avenue in Scranton.
What?
Elect me. I'm in the 20th century. I also
What?
met another mother
You sure are.
named Latree. Latree Shoe. Where's Latree? Enough.
They ran into a pro-Palestinian protest who blocked their way, and this got really ugly. Look, I hope they found shelter. They had these banners, no pride in genocide, but considering what happens in the Middle East, some of these people in the Pride March must have been concerned about their welfare. At least they should have been. There was a huge election over the weekend, Laura, in Mexico.
That's correct. It'll either protect you completely against infection. If you do get infected, the chances are that you're going to be without symptoms, and the chances are very likely that you'll not be able to transmit it to other people. So Fauci got rich off deadly gain-of-function research, and they want to put Trump in prison for an NDA. Get smart!
I was president during COVID. Vice COVID. Barack Obama. The orange man bag. You could see the veins in my neck. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was there. I remember it like it was the crack of dawn. Where am I? Who are all you people?
Playing politics with the war.
What?
What was that?
What's
I
that?
asked her, is Prime Minister Netanyahu playing politics with the war? I don't think so. He's trying to work out a serious problem he has. Thank you.
Right? Yep. Whoa. Put on the brakes. Welcome, boys and girls, children of all ages, hoofties, blind-eyed effers, right and left wing wackos, woodchucks and chuckettes, kings and queens of the Northeast Kingdom of Vermont to another version of It's News to Us.
And who are we?
Hang on.
Okay.
I want to see if we get the credits for this or if it already ran. But I don't know.
You want to run it again?
Yeah, if you can back it up. This is from Boys Beware. It's a documentary. You'd be surprised what you find on YouTube. Thanks, Philo. Oh, in the booth we have Philo T. Farnsworth. You can see him waving. You can see his drumming videos on YouTube when they don't get him for copyright. At Terry DeFazio.
Yeah, and then Rumble I've gotten over 100 hits on Rumble so far.
Oh, damn. I don't know why. Every time I click on that, I'm going to have to go to Rumble and then look for it on its own. Anyways, who are we? Where are we? This is one of those anti-gay videos. And they didn't know the difference between queers and pederasts. You're watching It's News to Us. We're Newport Orders TV News Watchers. New brown Q, as the locals say. And here's our commander in cheese. That's right. Get off my lawn. Man, he's messed up. He's just totally gone. And these fascists are using lawfare against Trump. And the more they do it, the more Trump gets powerful and more money, because people, the American people don't like watching unfair stuff. You know what I mean? They don't like it. All hail the cadaver in chief. And we're all inclusive here. Okay, to men, women, all. And defund the police? I don't think so. We got more stuff going on in Burlington. I'll mention. I got to mention that in a minute. And here we are. And we got to get Trump back in. We want peace and prosperity, not wars and austerity. And Biden, he's just waiting it out. There's an article in the Daily Mail today, I think. Today is June the 5th. If you go to the Daily Mail, there's an article in there, camera 2, Philo, thank you. There's an article in there about the Ukrainian conscripts. These people, the people who are Ukrainians who have American or dual citizenship, Philo,
Yeah.
they're not letting them come back.
No kidding.
If you're over there, man, mister, they don't recognize the U.S. citizenship. If you have a Ukrainian citizenship along with it, you are a Ukrainian, and you're going to stay and fight, mister. And he's a dictator now. He's canceled the elections. They were supposed to have elections last year, for crying out loud.
Well, martial law is now in place, and the United States can do the same thing if they wanted to.
Yeah.
They can declare martial law or a public health something or other, and your rights are down the drain.
Yeah, Philo and I were just talking about this. There's one Iowa county, they supposedly found bird flu. And so they've, I didn't have time to look it up before I came in, but you can gaggle it on your computer. They've supposedly killed 4.2 million birds. So you know what that's going to do? It's going to give them the opportunity to have an emergency whenever they want, like Philo mentioned, and it's going to raise the price of eggs and chicken too. And you know that Graceland was almost stolen, Philo?
No kidding.
Yeah, there was a fight there. Somebody came up and they said, we have the title to Graceland. And they'd actually gotten the title because there's a way, some states, they have to give up the title. I don't know if you submit something that's notarized. I'm not sure how it works. It doesn't work in Vermont. That's all I know. I talked to my town clerk about it. But in some states, they can go in and just attach your friggin' title, and that's it. You don't own the place anymore. Well, they did that, and to Graceland, and it made the news for a couple days running. And it turns out, you know where the people were from, Philo, that tried to take over Graceland?
Probably New York.
Worse, Nigeria.
Nigeria. I was going to say Massachusetts next.
Yeah. It's a shame. Massachusetts was a great place to grow up.
Yeah.
And then, I'm watching the Weather Channel on the way in, and there's all these heat advisories, Philo, heat advisories, triple digits in Las Vegas and Palm Springs. It's like, well, you're talking about the desert, people. I mean, nobody in their right mind would live in Phoenix in the summer, or Yuma, or Las Vegas.
I have a classmate. She lives in Texas where it gets up to 108.
Wow.
But still, that's Texas.
Yeah.
Do you know why they built the Astrodome originally? It was because nobody could go to a ball game in Houston. Outdoors, you'd get eaten by mosquitoes or die of heat prostration.
Yeah. Remember, it's not the heat, it's the stupidity.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And,
you could be humidified.
Yeah, mortified. It's crazy. I can remember being out in Yuma. We went out in Yuma to see my buddy Randy, who lived out there. What the hell was it? Randy Arsenal. And it was crazy. It was 112 in the shade. In the shade! In August. And we were out there, and we drove out in a friggin' VW microbus, Philo. You know what it's like trying to go up through the mountains in friggin' San Diego County in a VW microbus?
I don't even want to think about it.
They're not known for their horsepower. Let's
No.
put it that way.
No. But remember this, Steve. We are going to be asked to reduce our power consumption to not overload the grid, yet everyone is being asked to drive electric cars.
Yeah, it's crazy. What do I call them? I called them the blood cars, because they've got the blood of the cobalt miners on them.
Yep.
It's like they have slaves. Don't you people get it? They have slaves working the cobalt mines in Africa, and it's just crazy. Oh, and the Hunter Biden gun trial is going on right now.
Yeah, another waste of time, just like the Trump trial was a waste of time.
Yeah.
Waste of time and money.
Well, here's the thing, though. There's a lot of incriminating evidence about who took what money from where, including Poppy Joe from the Ukrainians and all these other countries and stuff, Philo.
It doesn't matter. Both sides are doing it, and it's a waste of time.
No. Only one side is fascist. Only one side has taken money from corrupt governments, okay? And that's these pukes. And now they admit that the laptop is real. There's 21,000 pages and stuff. And I beg to differ. Forgive me. But it's crazy. They said during the campaign, the deep state, the corrupt weasels that wanted to get rid of Trump, they had 51 former CIA directors and intel agents came out and said that what he's saying is garbage. It's garbage. Yeah, right. Well, now the freaking laptop has been booked into evidence because it's not garbage. It's for real. And there's a bunch of smoking guns in there, not just Hunter's gun. There's a bunch of smoking guns that incriminate that dirty weasel we got in the friggin' shuffling around the White House right now.
Well, we can agree to disagree. You can endorse Trump, and I will not endorse either one of them.
And I like Bobby Kennedy Jr., but when it comes to electric cars and stuff, he's just as bad as Pete Buttigieg. When it comes to guns, he's just as bad as old Joe. I mean, I do like his stances on vaccines and government agencies. But this ain't the time for a third-party candidate. It isn't.
He's going to win anyways. He's not going to win.
No, he can't.
Because people cannot think outside the box. All they can think of is Democrats or Republicans. That's all they can think. They can't think for themselves.
Well, like I said, if it were any other time, every time we've had a three-way election, we seem to get a crappy outcome. That's how we got Woodrow Wilson and got into World War I, Philo.
Yeah, that's how we got Bill Clinton.
Yeah, he wasn't that bad though.
He was a good guy. He actually balanced the budget twice.
Yeah, because when he got into office, he took a turn to the right and worked with Newt and the Congress to get some decent stuff done.
And then Newt says to him, "I'll shut your government down."
Yeah.
Oh, Newt Gingrich,
but he backed off, and he backed off, and he didn't overregulate like Biden is. They got the EPA and other agencies to back off. They let the economy rip, even though they were shipping jobs overseas. The economy was ripping. They kept saying, "Oh, we're going to an information economy." Oh, sure we are. And then, after the party was over, after the 90s, man, we had the Bush hangover.
And you know what? I remember this very clearly. When during the election, Gore and Bush, Rush Limbaugh said, if Gore gets elected, the stock market will tank. So Bush got elected, the stock market tanked, and you know what he said? That's because of Clinton and Gore.
Yeah.
What a jerk.
Yeah. It was because of a lot of it was because of mandates. They mandated giving loans to people who had bad credit history or no credit history.
Yeah, and a couple of wars.
Yeah, that too. They were called ninja loans. No income, no job, no problem.
Yep, I know.
It's nuts. Yeah, but we did spend $9 trillion on wars that determined nothing. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. Oh yeah, and Biden came out. This is how bad this guy is. He came out with an Israeli proposal. He lied to get Hamas on board during the Israeli Sabbath, because let's face it, for 24 hours, most of Israel shuts down. Okay, they take their commandments pretty seriously, and when it comes to working on the Sabbath, they don't work on the Sabbath. They don't turn on the radio. They don't answer the phone. It goes back thousands of years. Okay, so Biden knows this. So he figures, well, he'll just hijack the news cycle during the Israeli Sabbath. And Obama called it Biden's proposal. It was a lie. He almost crashed the Israeli government. He came out, both the right and the left, and he said, Biden said that total victory is impossible. And well, if total victory is impossible, and if Israel is supposed to be talking peace with people that came in and wanted to kill them and still want to kill them, and have in their charter that they want to kill every Jew on the planet.
I know, I don't get that. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's crazy. You got to read you have to look into the Muslim religion, because it's right. It's all right there in the book. Muhammad wrote it down, man.
Yes, my God is better than your God.
Oh, wicked. And my God says to kill all the Jews.
And my God says to kill all the camels.
Yeah, because they are infidels.
Allahu Akbar.
But yet, we're going to go to war with Putin, who has more nuclear missiles than we do? Are you people insane? Over the Ukraine, over a dictatorship government in the friggin' Ukraine. That makes a lot of sense to me. Yeah.
Well, we seem to be good at getting into wars we can't get out of.
Yeah.
The only thing I will say, however, is this time we're not putting boots on the ground. It's just hardware.
Oh, well, that's what they say. We got advisors over there right now, trust me.
Advisors are nothing. I'm talking about soldiers.
Oh yeah. Well, it's not much of a jump. They're right there in Poland and Germany, Philo. They'll do it. He will. He'll pull the plug.
Yeah,
that's one of the things that the American people liked about Trump, and they're going to vote him in again. Is because we didn't have any wars. everybody screamed bloody murder. Oh, he's going to crash the stock market. He's going to start World War III, you know. And here we are on the verge of friggin' World War III, paying insane amounts for energy. It's crazy. And the European Parliament elections are next week, Philo.
That's why I didn't get any questions of the Prime Minister for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, because they shut down, right?
Yeah, I think their elections are 2 months long, and that's it.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? 2 months for an election? That would be great.
You know, the European Parliament, I mean, they're vaguely toothless anyways.
Well, I'm talking about the UK.
Yeah.
The UK hasn't put on anything in 2 weeks.
Yeah. And remember when they locked down, they had Fauci on. They were grilling Fauci Monday or whatever, and I was watching it. And that little punk, man, he's such a puke. And remember Obama had a birthday party on Martha's Vineyard where all these people flew in on their private jets.
Yep.
During the pandemic.
Well, it wasn't. Yeah. We're talking about when Biden was president. Because Obama.
No, it was when Trump was president. It was in August of 2020.
Okay. Yep, I got it.
Yeah, and they all flew into Martha's Vineyard, and they said, well, you know, we can't go to our churches, we can't go here, we can't go there. You know, liquor stores are open, but churches are closed. You know, what the hell's going on here? And Obama's got a birthday party. Nobody's wearing masks. They're all dancing on the floor out in tents. What's going on? And you remember what their answer was, Philo?
No, I don't remember that part.
This was before the vaccine, too. They said that the people who were attending Obama's birthday party were sophisticated.
So?
Yeah. So they could gather.
Just like when Boris Yeltsin over there in the UK, no, Boris Johnson.
Yeah.
He's having his police hand out summonses and tickets.
Yeah.
And finding people for going more than 5 people at a Christmas party. Yet he throws these great big balls.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
And then they had Governor Charlie Parker, as Biden called him, down in Massachusetts. Governor Charlie Parker.
What's his real name?
Oh, Baker.
Oh, Baker. That's right. Yep.
And he had the turkey police. Remember?
No.
For Thanksgiving, he didn't want people to get together, so he had he would scold people in supermarkets if they bought a turkey over 10 pounds or some damn thing. Yeah, it was the turkey police.
Maybe you want to just cook the thing up and have leftovers, you know?
Yeah, well, he said, make sure if you get together, you guys got to keep the windows open, and it's like, what the hell?
Gosh, these people are nuts.
Oh, we got a new president in Mexico, Philo.
Yeah, and less than 24 hours later, a chief of police got shot.
Yeah, a mayor got shot. Yeah, they got paper ballots, voter ID, no vote. Okay, you got paper ballots, voter ID, same day voting. That's it. One day you vote that one day, and that's it. You know what her name is, Philo?
It's something Irish, isn't it?
Yeah, she's an Irish girl.
Oh, good.
Claudia Sheinbaum.
Oh, no, that's not Irish. Sorry.
Sheinbaum. Hoi.
Oh, well.
Okay, and she's a communist. Go figure. Yeah. Oh, and speaking of which, we're being overrun by out-of-state drug dealers. I was mentioned this to Philo. You know, I have friends who don't talk to me anymore because I had the temerity to mention that most of these out-of-state drug dealers that are coming up here and screwing with raising hell happen to be minorities, you know? Well, they've done it again, Philo. There's 2 dead. What happened was these 4 Negroes, they had a friggin' rental car over in Burlington.
Oh yeah.
And so they hadn't paid for it. They paid for like the first 3 days or something, and then the chase was on, right?
Yep.
So the company sent a manager out to repo the car. You know, you got to send 2 people, one to drive the manager, and the manager has a set of master keys, right?
Yep.
So he goes to pick up the car, and one of the Negroes friggin' brandishes a gun and starts telling him to get the hell away from it. They're going to keep the car as long as they want because we're black and
we're entitled.
Yeah, we're entitled. It's our reparations, and they know that Slippery Sarah, the district attorney, won't do anything to him.
Nope.
Because what did their mother say when reached for comment, Philo?
They're good boys.
They're very good boys. So they know Slippery Sarah won't do squat. She'll let them right out on no bail or maybe a couple bucks bail. So anyways, they're waving the gun around and pointing it at the guy. So he takes off. He doesn't want to get shot over a friggin' rental car. He calls the Burlington cops. They chase him to the city line. Then they go into Colchester. Colchester picks up the chase, and they smashed the car up. And two of the four of them were dead at the scene, Philo.
Huh.
Now, some people would call that a self-correcting problem.
I might agree.
I wouldn't, though. But anyways, they wound up busting the guy, one of the Negroes. He had 800 grams of coke on him.
Goodness. Regular or diet?
Yeah, 800 grams.
Yeah, that's a few.
Now think about that. What is it, 454 grams in a pound?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So that's almost, that's almost 2 pounds of coke.
My metric isn't that good.
Yeah. And old Sleepy Joe come out yesterday. Philo was nice enough to not only change up the music and put in a Randy Newman video for me this week. So enjoy that. It's money that matters. He's the guy that did You Got a Friend in Me from the movie Toy Story. But Philo put in the thing from Joe's press conference yesterday where he came down. He said, well, see, because now that the border is an election problem for Biden, he figured, well, after letting in 10 million wetbacks, and it doesn't matter, it's not a racial thing, you swim across the river, you're wet. These people, after letting in 10 million illegal aliens, he's going to change it. He's going to let in 2,500 a day now. And after 2,500, he's going to shut them down. Well, 2,500 a day, 365, that's still almost 1 million a year, Philo.
Yep, I know that.
It's crazy. And they're putting them up. They just got one of them down on the beach in Hyannis, right? The people were down there on the beach, doing beach type things on the Cape, right?
Oh, beach type things?
Yeah, but beach balls and chasing horseshoe crabs.
That gave me a thought. I'm not going to even say.
I used to do that when I was a kid, man. I was fascinated by those things. And you could see them at low tide, They're antediluvian, man. Antediluvian. It's just wild. And so anyways, he got busted for all kinds of stuff in the Boston area. He goes down the Cape. How the hell he got down there? He probably took an Uber, which they pay for, we pay for. And they busted him for pleasuring himself on the beach, Philo.
No.
Yeah, in front of people of all ages, children included.
Huh.
Yeah. Nice guy.
Yep.
So they got another one too. In what the hell was it? I'm not sure. It was the county next to Worcester County. They busted this guy for one of the illegals for statutory rape, and I think they let him go. Because the girl didn't want to testify or some damn thing.
Probably intimidated, huh?
Yeah. So, anyways, instead of busting him for the rape, they just took him out of the county and then brought him down to another shelter in Worcester County. This is crazy, man. And they're doing this right and left because they will not arrest them. If you get hit by a drunken illegal alien, you're not going to get anything because they don't have any registration. They don't have any insurance. You know, they just drive around, and the cops don't even bother with them in Massachusetts. So Joe wants to let in more of them. They were letting in up to 12,000 a day last fall.
Nice.
12,000 a day.
This seems like a weak attempt that Biden's come up with, huh?
It's people can see right through it. I'm telling you, these Democrats have become the party of the man. They're the man. And not only, I was watching Matt Gaetz, Congressman Matt Gaetz, go after Attorney General Garland, right?
Yeah.
Merrick Judy Garland. And he's like, he had like talk like Fauci, you can tell he's satanic because he talks like Satan.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. And so Matt Gaetz says, look, you dispatched Matt Colangelo to New York, the district attorney's office in New York. And he's here, I didn't dispatch anyone. It's like, okay, great, right? Like this happens in the real world. That this guy is an attorney, and he works for the Southern District of New York City, which is a pretty prestigious, federal federal jurisdiction, right, Philo?
Yep.
So then he gets a promotion from the New York to the head office, the Justice Department in Washington, D.C., where he becomes number 3. This is Matt Colangelo, number 3 in the Justice Department in Washington, D.C. And then suddenly, he's going to quit that job in Washington and go work for the Southern District of New York again, but only on that one Trump case. Because that fat black dummy there, what's his face, Alvin Bragg, he doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. Same thing with Fannie Willis's boyfriend there, Nathan Wade. They got to subpoena him and find out where that $700,000 went.
Well, it'll never end, Steve.
Yeah, but he admitted it. Philo, they're violating every law in the book just to go after Trump.
It doesn't matter. Nobody goes to jail.
There are 2,500 district attorneys in this country, Philo, and that means that any pissant district attorney in any pissant county and courthouse is going to tell us who we can vote, who we can and cannot vote for, and have as a candidate.
He's going to run, and he's going to be on the ballot, regardless.
This can't be allowed to stand. It cannot.
Trump will be on the ballot, and you will be able to vote for him.
Well, thank God for small favors.
And Vermont will still go to Biden.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not bothering to vote. Except for Kennedy.
It's got to be taken to the Supreme Court, just like Bush v. Gore. For those of you who don't remember, and I'm not a big fan of Bush. I wasn't a big fan of Gore either, to tell you the truth. But Bush v. Gore, it was the same thing, only Florida was the problem. Florida was hanging up the whole election. They was hanging chads and sideways chads and ball hanging chads and one hung low chad, and so he's finally somebody got a certiorari, I think they call it. It's a cert petition for the Supreme Court, and that Florida was violating the entire nation's right to vote, to determine. It was the First, Fifth, and Sixth Amendments. It was ongoing interference. It was a violation of exceptional circumstances under 28 U.S.C. Section 165A. They wanted a stay, and it was a common law writ. And so somebody's got to do that. Somebody's got to do that with Trump now, because this is insane. Well, they have one that, luckily, the judge in Miami is an honest woman, and she's going to take that guy with the Jack Smith, the guy with the bad hair and the bad skin and the bad attitude, and take him to task.
Well, everybody blamed Ralph Nader for taking votes away from Gore in Florida. But what people don't understand about that election was if Gore had just taken New Hampshire, he would have won. And if he'd have taken his own home state of Tennessee, he would have won. But he ran such a horrible campaign, he lost to a bumbling, know-nothing former governor of Texas.
Drunken cokehead.
Yeah, exactly. A drunken frat boy.
Yeah. Oh, and so guess who else wound up migrating to the New York District Attorney's Office to help out, Philo?
Nobody I know.
Two lawyers from Schumer's brothers, Chucky Schumer's brother law firm.
Nice.
Yeah, they just lent him 2 lawyers to go work on the Bragg Trump trial. It's crazy. And now again, they're going after anybody and everybody that helped out or worked with Trump. They just indicted Mike Roman, and 2 Wisconsin attorneys were indicted yesterday, Trump lawyers. So what they're trying to do is scare any attorneys, saying that if you work for Trump or with Trump, you're going to get indicted like these other lawyers have. And we'll jail you, like they did with Peter Navarro, 70-something years old. Guy's got a clean record, never even had a speeding ticket, Philo. And they threw him in jail because he wouldn't testify in front of Nancy Pelosi's stupid January 6th committee, which we still haven't seen hardly any of the video from. They claim they lost it, or the White House has it, or some happy clappy crap. And that Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, he's not pushing for the release. He said he would, but he's not.
Nope.
It's crazy,
It's
man.
all part of the game.
Yeah. Well, I heard that what they did with Speaker Johnson was he was like an aw shucks backbencher in the Congress, Philo.
Yeah.
And so now that he's Mr. Important, they took him down to the what do they call that? The Situation Room in the White House.
Huh.
And it's like a room this big or whatever.
Was
and
Stormy
they have
Daniels
all these
there?
screens and
Was Stormy Daniels there?
Yeah. They have all these TV screens and screens all over the wall. It's like Dr. Strangelove, with drone video from here and satellite video from over there, and they can pull up anything anywhere at any time. And they showed them all the bells and whistles and said, look, you're not just a backbencher anymore. You're Speaker of the House, and you really ought to work with us because we need your help. And the glory to the Ukraine. The Ukrainians need your help too. Oh man! Speaking of which, right? I was at I went down to the bank Monday or something, right?
Yeah.
What was the 3rd? Whatever, and I see this car there, and it's got a license plate that says the Ukraine on it, right? And it's got all this graphics and stuff on it. It was a cool little car. And so I noticed it, and I just shook my head, because my mother was Ukrainian. And so then I go to the general store, and the kid that's driving the car is in the store. And I says, is that your car out front? He says, yeah. I said, are you Ukrainian? He says, no. He said, but I spent. He says, but I've spent 2 years over there. And he had the Ukrainian badge on his baseball hat, and he had a Ukrainian friggin' trident thing on his, his chain on his neck, and all this other Ukrainian tattoos. So he must have gone there as a mercenary, right, Philo?
That could very well. Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. So, because one of the ladies in the store said, "Oh, you're in the service. Thanks for your service." He says, "No, I wasn't in the United States service. I was helping out the Ukraine." And she's all like, "Oh."
That sounds like a mercenary to me.
Yeah, really. So I says, my mother was from Zaporozhye. And he's all like, "Oh, really?" He said, "Yeah, that was old Cossack country." I'm there, "Yeah." I said, "And get this." I said, when the Nazis came in, they asked who spoke German, and everybody pointed in the village, pointed at my grandmother, because she was adopted from Germany as a kid. And And then when the Nazis pulled up and left and went back, and retreated back to Germany, I said, my mother's whole family went with the Nazis. And he's all like, what? I said, yeah. I said, think about that. I said, that's how bad Stalin was. Stalin he starved 10 million friggin' Ukrainians, and they weren't going to take a chance on being starved again. So they went to Germany with the Nazis rather than stay with the commies and Stalin.
Yeah, that's like, do you want a 357 bullet or a 44 bullet? Either way, you lose, right?
Yeah. So you should have seen. I screwed this kid's head. I unscrewed this kid's head like a light bulb, Philo.
Well, that's what you got today.
He didn't know whether to take a dump or wind his wristwatch. He just couldn't figure that one out.
I hope he didn't get it mixed up again.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, so all this stuff now, it's Republic ending lawfare. The Congress has the power of the purse. They should use it. They should use the Fifth Amendment and the 14th Amendment and do an impeachment probe on Joe Biden and Garland and the rest of them. And James Comer, he has access to that $20 million that the Bidens took from all those dirty countries like Kazakhstan and the mayor of Moscow's wife and the Ukraine. You were talking, what was it, 20 million. And remember, it all went to the Biden family. Even the grandchildren got some of that money. And they still, to this day, they still haven't said where it comes from. And as far as them dispatching lawyers to help out take down Trump and all these Democrat jurisdictions, this guy Mike Pomerantz, he wrote it. He wrote just as much in his book called. He said that they sent the legal eagles out into the hinterlands to go after Trump, and Atlanta and Miami, and Washington D.C. and in New York City. It's crazy. Oh, I was watching what's his face too, Tommy Tuberville there, the senator from down south. He said, there have been 60 CIA coups in our lifetime, Philo.
No kidding.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of which, he was on his way over to Normandy for the anniversary of the invasion of Normandy in World War II. Mm-hmm. Yep. The whole Saving Private Ryan thing.
Yeah.
And for the kids who don't know their history, and Joe Biden went over there too. Did you know what Biden did?
No idea.
This is insane. This is how old and sick this guy is, right? He flew over to Paris, anyway, to wherever, and landed in Air Force One. And as soon as he got there, Philo, he called a lid. That's it for the day. No questions, no appearances, no meeting the president of France, no nothing. That's all he did. That's enough work for one day. He flew to France.
Is this during World War II?
No, he did. This just was today.
Oh, okay. All right. You got me mixed up there.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. That's how energetic our President Joe is.
Well, he could have ordered some Vichy soir or something.
Yeah, you'd think. It's crazy. It's crazy, and he wants us to re-elect him.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, and speaking of which, I saw this propaganda movie from 1943 on Turner Classic Movies last week.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It was about this guy named Davies. He wrote a book about it. FDR, he was a businessman. And he used to, he was one of the young Turks, the young Democrats, like FDR, who worked in the Woodrow Wilson administration.
Yep.
And that's where they learned all their dirty tricks.
Yep.
And FDR dispatched him to be an envoy, not an ambassador, I think, but an envoy to Moscow in the 1930s, after they recognized Moscow, and or Russia in 36 or something. It was right when FDR got elected. They recognized the communists.
Oh, 32.
Something like that, yeah.
It was 1932, yeah.
And so
Because the stock market crashed in 29, right?
yeah, supposedly, yeah.
And that was the end of what's his face? I can't even think of his name now.
Herbert Hoover.
Hubert Heaver.
Yeah, Herbert Hoover.
You remember when Jimmy Carter said that?
Yeah.
He called him Hubert Heaver.
Gee, our old LaSalle ran great.
Yeah.
Those were the days.
Yes. By the way, when I was adopted, I got driven home by my adopted parents in LaSalle. And you know why they stopped making it?
Why?
It was out selling the Cadillacs.
Damn.
It was the same car company.
Boy, you knew who you were then. Boys were boys and girls were men.
That's what it is now.
Yeah. Mister, we could use a man like Herbert Hoover again. Anyways. Yeah, Mission to Moscow. And that guy who played the devil, John Huston, or one of the Hustons. He played this guy Davis, and you talk about a propaganda movie.
Oh,
it was made by Warner Brothers, but it might have been just as well made by the Democratic Party. And half of the all of the Nazi footage was taken from that Leni Riefenstahl movie, Triumph of the Will.
You remember the movie back in the 60s, the Ballad of the Green Beret?
Yeah.
Talk about a propaganda movie.
John Wayne.
Oh, yeah.
You better watch out, Pilgrim.
Actually, when people say that he did not serve in the military, I think it was because he was too old.
Yeah, he had some health problems that were never elaborated on.
He liked smoking 4 packs of cigarettes a day.
Yeah, Chesterfields. And it's like, you might as well smoke. I'm ready to light one up right now, man. Every car, you watch, Philo, when you go home tonight, every car coming down the road is covered with gold dust.
Yeah, I like gold.
Covered with pollen. It's pollen crazy up here this year.
Yep, I know. My car is covered with it. Yep.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, and Jack Smith even went after he went after the Trump's personal assistant. The guy's name is Walt Nauta, and so he got Walt Nauta's lawyer off in some back room, and he sideways offered him a judgeship, Philo.
Oh no, not that.
Yeah, he offered him a judgeship if he could flip Nauta and get him to testify against Trump for God knows what. And now it turns out that all those documents that they strewed all over the floor and stuff, that was all done by the FBI.
Uh-huh.
It's crazy, man. They're trying anything and everything to get rid of Trump. They must really be scared of him.
Well, if somebody offers me enough money, I'll testify.
No,
It has to be a lot of money, though.
Yeah.
I have a question, though. Who in their right mind would want to be Trump's vice president?
I'm hoping it's J.D. Vance.
Everybody is such a suck-up in politics now. Everybody.
Yeah. J.D. Vance would be good, and he could win a re-election if he gets the economy going like he did last time and keeps us out of wars and World War III and atomic bomb warfare. He could do it, man. Oh, and that Joe's just him and Kamala have released $900 million for electric buses, Philo, for dummies.
Well, like I said, they want us to reduce our electric use, but they want us to drive more electric cars.
Yeah, right? Never mind that the kids can't read or write, that the teachers' unions have got them in a headlock and won't let them go. But yet they're all worried about the damn buses. $900 million for electric buses. Oh, and speaking of which, there's a great YouTube video about this Jewish guy who saved the revolution. It was in the YouTube video. It's a 20-minute video. It was played by Claude Rains, and during our revolution. You know, what was the old saying that all gave some and some gave all? Well, this guy, his name was Haym Salomon, HaymSalomon. And if you look that up on YouTube, it's well worth it. It's just to listen to the cantor at the temple, man. It sends shivers down your spine. But Haym Salomon, his parents fled from Spain to Portugal, and then from Portugal to Poland, and then from Poland to England, and from England to the United States, because they were just Jews were being persecuted all over Europe back then. And so anyways, he started a bank in New York City and became incredibly wealthy, and he gave damn near every penny he had to George Washington and the Continental Army.
Oh, did you just see what's on the green screen? They showed a boy kissing a girl.
Oh my God.
How awful.
How dare they go there?
Oh, that's okay. They had two Goyles kissing that time. Anyways.
Oh, man. Speaking of which, have you seen the new deodorant commercials, Philo?
Oh, gosh, yes. And it drives my wife crazy.
They're preying upon women. Now, get this straight, girls, okay? There's nothing that a decent shower won't take care of. Unless you've got some serious skin issues or problems. Don't pay no attention to these stupid all-body deodorant crap. It's just a way to try and sell you crap.
Yeah, she goes underarm, underboob, thigh crack, butt crack, feet.
Oh, yeah.
It's a whole nine yards. My wife is there sitting beside me cringing at this stuff. It's like, my God, take a shower, lady.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts. They are preying on people's weaknesses.
And now everybody's germophobic, which is actually called misophobia. Yes, that's what it's called.
Every time I see one of those commercials, I want to throw a brick at the TV because it's unnecessary. And first it started with this one company where some friggin' female gynecologist started the company, right, Philo? Mm-hmm. Which is it's just like any other deodorant, only it's in a friggin' paste form or whatever. And
you got pasty armpits.
Yeah. And so now the bigger companies are trying to get on board with it because it's selling like hotcakes because the girls are all friggin' paranoid.
Well, like I said, we have become a society of misophobes.
Yeah.
We're so afraid of germs that we're overreacting to everything. And the pandemic played right into it.
Yeah, and then you got dummies like me. I whacked my leg on the 15th, and the damn germs are inside my leg and almost friggin' killed me before I got a proper diagnosis and antibiotics. Yeah, so now you got all these stupid commercials. What would they say? I've been using deodorant on my armpits for 56 years. Little did I know why the stink was still there. I'm all like, what the hell?
She hasn't showered in 56 years either.
Yeah, really. It's crazy. Oh, yeah, 3%. We had a 3% rise of inflation in April alone, Philo.
Very good.
This is cumulative. It's every month upon month upon month until the dollar is becoming worthless. And did you know that RFK Jr., he wants $5 billion in reparations for black farmers, Philo?
Nope, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw it in an article the other day. I'm all like, you're going to be kidding me. Why?
Well, under Biden, it would be double that.
Yeah, no kidding, huh?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, he wants affirmative action.
We have one of them right here in Vermont, you know.
Oh, yeah. He wants to punish climate deniers, saying that if you deny that climate change is real or you try and downplay it, He thinks you should be sued. You could be sued in court. It's crazy, man. And he wants to get rid of all semi-auto guns too. Oh, and then I heard about this too. The National Institute of Health. This guy's name was Dr. Tabak. He changed the definition of gain of function on the NIH website. Oh, see, so, don't worry about this chemical warfare stuff, Philo. We'll just change the name of it.
Okay, Steve, last but not least.
That'll make it go away. Okay, last but not least. The WHO went from an advisory agency to an enforcement agency under Big Head Tedros. And it's crazy, man. They avoided, I could get into that Fauci stuff, but we don't have time. So once again, you wasted a perfectly good hour of your life watching this stupid show. And I didn't get any of the paper news from the newspapers, but hopefully we'll see you next week. These were just nuggets I got off the internet and around the block. So hopefully we'll see you again next week. Good Lord willing, the creek don't rise. Inshallah, as the Hebrabs say. So until then, get down on your hands and knees in the men-only mosque, sniff the bum of the guy in the man dress in front of you, head east towards the meteorite in Mecca and go, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Stakbar, Allahu Open Bar, Akbar.
And of course,
That's what I do. And I go to sleep at night, and whatever problems I have, they're all gone in the morning. I forget all about them. And, it worked on election night last time. They said, Joe, go to bed. Go to bed. When you wake up, you'll be president. And what do you know what happened? Say goodnight for life.
Yes, to storm Capitol Hill Patriots.
What?
All right, so the erectionists.
My grandfather would tell me when I walked out the door in North Washington Avenue in Scranton.
What?
Elect me. I'm in the 20th century. I also met another mother
You sure are.
named Latree. Latree Shoe. Where's Latree?
Enough.
They ran into a pro-Palestinian protest who blocked their way, and this got really ugly. Look, I hope they found shelter. They had these banners, no pride in genocide, but considering what happens in the Middle East, some of these people in the Pride March must have been concerned about their welfare. At least they should have been. There was a huge election over the weekend, Laura, in Mexico.
That's correct. It'll either protect you completely against infection. If you do get infected, the chances are that you're going to be without symptoms, and the chances are very likely that you'll not be able to transmit it to other people.
So Fauci got rich off deadly gain-of-function research, and they want to put Trump in prison for an NDA.
Get smart! I was president during COVID. Vice COVID. Barack Obama. The orange man back. You could see the veins in my neck. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was there. I remember it like it was the crack of dawn.
It was a little fat guy in a red jumpsuit. I said, that looks kind of funny. He said, I know it does too. They got a great big house on the hill here. Great big blind white inside it. Great big pool in my backyard. Another great big pool beside it. Sunday is funny that matters. Hear what I say. It's funny that matters. In the USA. It's funny that matters. Now you know that it's true. It's money that matters. Whatever you do.
This is not getting us anywhere. Let's just wrap this up.